Alrighty, hello, welcome back everybody. It has, I think, unfortunately, has been a while. Yeah, because something popped up last week. And then something almost popped up this week too, but... yeah, that's right, I wasn't live Tuesday either. Because it's too hot. But today... we are back. Welcome back. Today it is more Whispers of the Luminaries. Our current visual novel for Visual Novel Friday. It's just a demo. The full release is not yet, but I do believe they have a Kickstarter coming soon. So look out for that if you're interested in the game. What else do I going on here? Oh yes. In case you don't follow me on the Discord or on Twitter at all, I have. This is something that we are definitely going to go over because I need the refresher. If you're just tuned in, I have reworked our corkboard, alright? I added a system. This might be overcomplicated. Like, let me show you. This is the new corkboard. It's an improvement IMO over the old one. And here is the system. Alright, we got different colored notepads. Different color sticky notes mean different things. Just to help with, like, at a glance, right? So it's like... well, if I could get this to work. At a glance, you already know all of these things are just, like, unconfirmed thoughts. All these blue guys. These pink ones are just random sub-theories. The purple is information from someone else and or hearsay. I even include a little thing right there to tell us who gave us that information. I'm unfortunately forgetting what the bar friend's name was. So that's why he's just listed as bar friend. Why does this thing not work consistently at all? What the fuck? I don't understand this. Sometimes it'll let the middle click, like, pan, and then sometimes it just, like, doesn't even try. Okay. So, as a quick refresher, because it's been 2 weeks since we've played this game last, the big mystery right now is that May is missing. May went missing, and this is confirmed information that we know via Green. And, of course, all these different lines being things as well. Thought connections, really out there thoughts, confirmed connection, possible connections. I probably could have just left it all red, but... and honestly, I might do that just to simplify this a bit more. But we'll see how we feel about the color coordinated things here. But, so... we were in the POV of Miyuki at the time. The time right before May went missing, which is May went missing after seeing Miyuki at the park. I was like, they said goodbyes. An hour later, we got a call from May's mother saying that she hadn't made it home yet. So, May's missing after seeing Miyuki at the park. According to the police, there are no signs of struggle, and there were no screams heard. She has to walk through like residential areas to get home. And even the park is surrounded by some residential areas, so there should have been witnesses to get home, like on her way to home. As we have her route home here, right? This is where they started. So she walked by like their high school, past here. This is a pretty like residential area. And then across the river, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. Now, I have come up with 3 theories. God fucking damn it. Work, damn you. Okay. So I have come up with 3 possible theories. As for why she went missing with no signs of struggle and no screams heard. There's probably something I'm missing, but this is all that I can think of. The one out here is she just walked off by herself. You know, there's no one else's and there's nobody else involved. or anything. She, for whatever reason, just walked. She didn't take her normal route home for some reason. Other possible could be she was instantly knocked out. Didn't see the attacker, didn't hear the attacker, just gone. And the only reason why I think that there could have been an attacker is because when the screen turned black after they finished their little chat at the park, we heard the audio of a little bit of rustling in the bushes, a little bit of bush rustling, which could have meant somebody approaching. The third option, which right now has the most, I wouldn't call it evidence, but this seems to be like the angle that I'm working with the most. Truthfully, I think it's probably between knew her attacker and walked off by herself. I doubt she was instantly KO'd. But working off the thought that she knew her attacker gives us a lot of these really fun possibilities. Let's go top down. So, Kirameki Entertainment is the company that technically, like, owns her idol group. They, like, pay for all their food, their publicity, etc., etc. With Kazuhiko Tanaka being their direct manager. So oversees their training, all that good stuff. I have this, truthfully, this theory should probably be I think it's a purple, right? It should be a dark purple. This is like a really out there thought. I guess I did not differentiate between like tinfoil hat deep state theories and normal theories, but maybe I should. But out of all of my deep state theories, this is it. This is a tinfoil hat theory. Being that she walked off with her manager or somebody else involved with Kirameki Entertainment, because that would be someone that she knew and someone that she trusted, as they're the people responsible for her like well-being, basically, right? Or some other thing where they organize like basically a publicity stunt where they make her go missing. One thing I just remembered that I should mention is the girls do not pay for this out of pocket at all. Everything that they do with idol activities is paid for through Kirameki Entertainment. The thing with that is, if they become successful, like if the idol group becomes successful, they have to pay it all back. Which means that Kirameki Entertainment and their manager Kazuhiko Tanaka is invested into making them successful. They are quite literally investment, putting money into this with hopes of big returns later. So, one thing they could do is get a lot of media attention. Like, and then this is why it's an out there theory, like kidnapping or like holding one of their own members to create this media craze of like a missing member, to create this, not drama, but like to create all this buzz, right? And it's working right now. Even one of the biggest idol groups has retweeted their tweet. Their idol group is the most popular it has ever been because Mei has gone missing. I think this is an out there theory, but I don't think this is something that we should ignore the possibility of being. So that's there. The next one down is she knew her attacker because she knows someone that she meets up with at Starlight Sip. Starlight Sip being this little bar right here. And actually, now that we're on that topic, that is a not bad deviation from her original walking path. But our friend works at the bar, who said that he's seen her with somebody at the bar a few times. What this could mean is a possible boyfriend. Miyuki says that she knows everything that she knows everything about Mei. But we know that cannot be true. We know that Mei was able to keep some secrets from Miyuki, like the possibility of a boyfriend. Although the possibility of the boyfriend in general is a hard sell because they don't really have time to have a relationship at all. Like they're simply too busy to maintain a relationship. And plus, Miyuki says that there's been no signs of it, which again is a little harder to say considering Miyuki also didn't know about some other things. So we can't take off the possibility of a boyfriend. These two things should be linked. Let me just duplicate this, move that up a little bit. So this is where we're going to get a little out there. I'm going to be honest. This is a bit of an out there theory. Not just an out there theory. Let's use this. A loan shark, all right? All right, now don't... Stay with me here. Stay with me. We have gained the information that Mei's family has struggled with money all of her life. That was information that she gave to us. And also Miyuki mentioned as well. However, Miyuki noticed that for whatever reason, Mei that night had 50,000 yen or 300 USD the night of her disappearance. This actually also ties in with the possible boyfriend thing here, with a more sinister route. She could have known her attacker because her attacker was someone who was like there to collect debt, and that's why she had the money on her at the time to pay off whatever debt. Maybe her family had money troubles at one point and it fell onto her to pay off a debt, or she hid it from her family or something. So this, a loan shark of some sort, could also be someone that she's met up with Starlight Sip several times as well. But to go along with the money thing here, the possible boyfriend could have turned to a not great situation, to being extorted for money, because she is an up-and-coming idol. You know, if things get out about an idol having a partner, may not be great situations, so he's trying to get hush money once he realized he could get money out of her. So yeah, that's the other angle that takes the fact of money into whatever the word I'll look for is. This one is out there. I think I am gonna make a dark purple. I should. So now this one is a really out there theory. This is a tinfoil hat, you know, it really probably isn't it. But the intro to the game itself started off with telling us about how much of a music prodigy Mei was after her sister taught her how to play piano, I think it was. And they really played up this relationship between Mei and her sister. And then suddenly her sister moved away. We've gotten updates about the rest of her family, kind of like where they're at, but we never heard anything again about her sister, even in like present day. We know nothing about her sister. It's like she doesn't exist. There's a possibility, this is a possibility based off lack of current information. There's a possibility that her sister was jealous of the prodigy status of Mei, and then maybe did something now that Mei's like in this group or something. Look, this does not have a lot of weight. This bowl of a theory hardly holds any water. That's why it's out there, but I think it's an interesting thought. The next bit is classmate. Could have been another classmate. They are in a school. She's been getting physical death threats. And by that I mean like physical like notes. There were physical death threat notes found in a journal in her locker. Which, that means she's being threatened by somebody who has some level of physical access to her, which is scary and kind of points towards a possible classmate, somebody in the school. Could be a teacher, actually, right? Somebody in the school is able to give her these physical death threats, and that death threats right next to it. The first note, I'm going to end you. The second one, soon you'll pay the price for fame. Excuse me. And note 3, your songs may fill the air, but soon silence will be your only melody. That one is actually kind of fucking crazy just to write someone. Like, that's poetic. That's like trying to be cool, which is very funny. But obviously not funny because it's a death threat. So yeah, she's getting physical death threats, those, which also point back to the classmate, because the classmate could be the one doing it. Could be some sort of crazed fan. They are idols. Otherwise, a serial killer. Now this is actually an out there thought, to be honest, because we don't actually know that there is a serial killer. What text color would go good with this? I mean, white looks better than that, so let's... Fuck. This is what I get for trying to do on the fly. Yeah, that's a lot easier to read. Okay. Should do this too. Okay. So yeah, in the very intro of the game, it tells a story about an idol named Haruka. Yo, what's up? Hello, via heaven. Welcome in. I am going over the current theory board for your game. So I'm sure this will be either very funny to you to see these weird ideas. The game is good so far. We haven't gotten super deep into it because I take a lot of time to do dumb shit like this. Oh, there's even more. It's the most detailed. Look at this. Look, we got... If it would work correctly. We got all of this. And this is just from the first 3 hours of the game. I even got a screenshot of her route home. This random piece of information with a guess as to what that could mean. My big 3 ideas for like where this came from. We got ideas, okay? So yeah, I'm sure you're reading this, you're like, how did you even think of that? Or maybe I already found the answer. You're like a real detective? Wait till you see this. I even got the hat. Like a real detective? I am a real detective. We're not full detective mode right now, so I have the hat off, but... Yeah, we are a detective. But welcome in. I am very happy to see you here. Hello. But yeah, game is good so far. Good job. I can't wait to continue, which I will be doing. Yes. Thank you for no spoilers. I am excited to see the resolution of the rest of the demo. To see if any of this mess works out to be correct. Also, I'm sure by the end of today, this is gonna grow. Like, we already got, like... Right, so the last time I stopped, it was right at when Hiroshi was mentioned to be missing. So this is, like, right where we're picking it up. Because, actually, this ties into the next bit of where I was going. Alright, let me finish the serial killers explanation. So, at the very intro of the game, it was talked about a idol named Haruka suddenly went missing right before like a big event. It wasn't mentioned why she went missing, or whether or not it was even sinister. But you know, tinfoil hat theory, possibly she was killed, which could tie into death threats if there is a serial killer whose MO is killing idols or in some sort of thing. Assuming May is even dead. We don't know if May is dead or alive. Could also be from a Craze fan. Idol fans be cray. Also classmate. Could also be from a rival idol. We do know that they have at least one group that is a rival to them, which also ties into New Her Attacker. This rival idol group could be trying to like have some sort of sabotage, get into her head, because they have equivalent concerts, I think it was. We'll see once we get back into it. But they have like equivalent shows at around the same time, so they're kind of being put up against each other to see which one does better. And Parade, which is either the company or it's the group, the name of the rival group, is kind of known to do some like underhanded things. So the death threats could be just Parade trying to like mess with her. Could also be, you know, they took sabotage too far. Have her held hostage. That's a really out there thought. I do not think that's it, but it is a possibility. They have her hostage until the show is canceled, and then they'll release her, and then Parade automatically wins. Or they tried some other type of sabotage that went wrong somewhere along the line. And yeah, which leads us into their CEO, Hiroshi Yamada, and the information we gained that Hiroshi is now missing. Why is Hiroshi missing? Well, he could be in hiding because he's involved with May's disappearance, which kind of ties into sabotage gone wrong, etc., etc. Could be another victim of whatever happened to May. That's kind of with the serial killer thought here. But if, you know, it's that CEO of an idol company versus like an actual idol, so that's really not probably it. He could be a total coincidental reason that night is gone. Like he just went out to his family's lake house for the week, didn't tell anybody, or like some other thing. There's a chance Hiroshi being gone is not involved with anything else that's going on. There's also the possibility of Kirimeki, once again, Kirimeki Entertainment being involved. Kind of mentioned up here, this could have even been like a joint venture between Kirimeki and Parade. Because again, Kirimeki / Kazuhiko are invested into these girls for them to succeed, right? Could have, okay, this is like a really out there thought. Could have hired them to do like some sort of abduction for the media attention. Although I doubt that because of Parade would be directly detrimental to his own company. But, you know, Kirimeki being directly invested into the success of these girls, maybe has something over Hiroshi or something like that. But this is what I could come up with just the simple information that Hiroshi is gone. So yeah, that is the catch-up of the reworked corkboard that we have so far. And with that, I think it's time to play the actual game. It's only been... I only rambled for 25 minutes just now. That got us up. Light work. Everybody watch replay? Hey, that is A-okay. The VOD will be on both Twitch once I remember to publish it, and it will automatically be on YouTube once the stream is over. So, and if you rewatch from the beginning, you'll be able to see like the entire explanation. But yeah, it'll be both Twitch at some point and YouTube instantly. Okay, so if I can recall, we're investigating the school for some reason. think we're gonna talk to someone. Yeah, I don't remember why we're here, but we'll figure it out. Do some more real quick. I arrived during school break. The gloomy atmosphere from yesterday has somewhat dissipated. Everyone was out having lunch and chatting around the stairs. Some people were giving me weird stares. Lurk mode, enjoy the game. Thank you so much for saying hello. I really appreciate that. Enjoy your lurk. Good morning. Okay, so this is Miyuki, and I'm forgetting this one's name. Oh, hi, detective. How's the case going? That's what I'm here to talk about today. Mind if I ask you some questions? Of course, I don't mind. My friend Akane is here as well. Perhaps she can help out too. Okay, so that's Akane. I feel like I should get, like... You know how, like, some of those cork boards will have, like, pictures of the people involved in the case just, like, pinned to the board? I feel like I should start doing that with some of these characters. Sure, the more the merrier. I'm not sure if I'll have the answers you'll need, but I'll do my best to help you if you find May. I'll reach out a hand to her. Your help is greatly appreciated. Okay, first let's talk about, okay, what information do we want right now? Starlight Sip. Ooh. Starlight Sip is gonna really... That's a time bomb. That's a landmine. If we mention, because I assume that this is gonna mention. Okay, so this does not mention the person that May was seen there with. Oh, this does. Okay. This is a dangerous one, but I think this one is going to give us the most information. Oh, maybe not. I think this is more of a surprise to them. Let's start off simple. We'll just ask them about May. We haven't heard anything about May from Akane's. Akane might have a different perspective on May. So, about May. Are you absolutely positive that May wasn't in a relationship? Whoa, whoa, okay, we're starting with that? Whoa. Did I not read that? Oh, this was not where I wanted us to go. Okay. I wouldn't lie about it, would I? She hasn't mentioned one word about being in a relationship, and she's not the type to hide information from us either. Boy, do I have some death threats for you. You guys didn't know everything you thought you knew about May. Not to mention, I hang out with her a lot. If she was seeing someone, I'd know. Then how are these two related? Okay, let's ask some softball questions. Keep the softball questions going. Talk about the concert. The concert date is fast approaching. I really do hope we can find May before then. Mage! Excuse my coffee. Mage, hello my friend, welcome in. Figs, you are the best, Mage, thank you. How are you doing today, my friend? Let me get the first thing updated for you. Oh, I typed out musty. You feeling musty today, Mage? I'll fix that. How goes the stream? It's going really well. The dev for this game popped in for a little bit, said hello. I got to tell him about my theories. I have the biggest corkboard they've seen in this game so far, and I'm only 3 hours in. That's a pride. That's a token of pride, to be honest. That's a token of pride. Look at this thing. 3 hours in. This is the detective corkboard. I even have like a whole system. I have a key. I'm slowly refining this so it makes more sense, but yeah. Oh yeah, I bet it is awesome. Especially to like laugh at like some of the really funny thoughts people have. I have this issue when I play D&D too. I've been told by like a couple of DMs when they introduce mysteries that it's always really funny, because I will be like down the right path of like thinking, and then at some point I'll take a big left turn and completely misinterpret things that have happened, and I end up like with these deep state tinfoil hat theories. Happens in D&D. It happened a lot when I played Danganronpa. Like a lot. And then someone would come up to me after the case and be like, "You were so close and yet so far away." So I'm sure it's very funny. Okay, there it is. Like I have some theories in here already that talk about their entertainment company purposely disappeared one of them for media attention. Tinfoil hat. Like, there's no way that's it. But goddamn, it could be. You never know. May has never let us down before. There's no way she's going to start, right? I'm sure she'll be back. All we can do is hope at this point. Okay, so now we get a little dangerous. So, I think we're just joining this mage. So these two girls swear. You know, thank you for the head pats. I unfortunately doesn't work in this model, but I appreciate the thought. The hydrate I can do. I can do the hydrate. Okay, so these two girls swear that the missing person in question did not have a boyfriend. However, they also say that the person who disappeared, May, is not capable of hiding things from them. However, we know that to be false, because we know that May hid death threats from both of these two people. So May is capable of hiding things from them. Now, actually, you know what? I may as well bring the board back up. That's what it's here for. We have a friend who works at a bar called the Starlight Sip. May, with her schoolmates, is a regular of that bar, the bar that our friend works at. That friend has also confirmed that May, the person who's disappeared, has been at the bar with a boy who seemed to be pretty close. Suspicious? A little bit. And, like I said, May is capable of hiding things from those two girls. Could be hiding a boyfriend. And this ties into the theory of, because we also know that May was last seen with a random amount of money, being 500,000 yen, which is weird for her, which is about 300 USD. Again, weird for her to have on the night of her disappearance. So possibly she was being extorted by a possible said boyfriend, once he realized he could get money out of a up-and-coming idol, perhaps. And that's why she went missing. And there were no signs of struggle or no screams because she was meeting up with her boy. But you know, it's unconfirmed. We'll have to see. So now we are confronting these two girls about the possibility, right? So I'm trying to ease them into it. We'll just talk about the bar, and then we'll talk about the surveillance footage of her and him. Oh, the bar? Why do you ask? Just curious if you've ever been there. It's a nice place. I love the atmosphere there, and the bartender makes the best cocktails. Yeah, we're friends with him, by the way. No flex. If only the drinks weren't so expensive. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the crazy prices. Yuki gives me a discount. Yuki, our boy. Does May go there often? Maybe once or twice a month. Not as often as we'd like. We'd totally go there more often if we had the money and didn't have to worry about our diets. Makes sense. Alright, here comes the big question. Who is this man? We recently found footage of May at a bar with another man. A bar? Really? Yeah, it's the same bar we were just talking about. Yes, really. I took up my phone and showed them the footage. Recognize him at all? Huh? Watch it be like one of their brothers. There's no way. So you do know him. Miyuki nods. It's Takashi Sato. Who is that? Takashi who? Okay, hold on. Before I forget. We have a name. That was someone at Starlight Sip. Takashi Sato. And this was... So this light purple is hearsay. It's information given to us by somebody else. So it's kind of like unconfirmed information, right? I guess this is confirmed actually because we've seen the footage. So actually, this is fact. No longer hearsay. The footage proves that she met with somebody at the Starlight Sip. The Takashi part is kind of hearsay, but I'm gonna call that fact for now. Takashi who? We need to find him right away. Wait, hold on. We don't even know if he's responsible yet. Takashi Sato? Who is that? Uh-oh. There's a misplaced question mark. Who is this? Who's Takashi Sato? You haven't heard of him? Is he an idol? Yeah, but not just any idol. He's from Parade. Oh, fuck! That's not good. That's their rival agency. Oh my god. Wait, hold up. Okay, I mean, this is going to be a confirmed connection, right? But I don't simply what the fuck? A rival agency? Miyuki. What are we doing, girl? Or not Miyuki, May. Fucking what are we doing? That's a reveal. Parade? But how did May get in contact with him? What if she didn't know? What if May had no idea that she's been interacting with somebody from Parade? Well, no, because she would know. Miyuki knows, right? So it seems to be pretty obvious information for the people in their space. And we got a new lead. Alright, tell us more about Parade. Is Parade a boys group? Oh, wait, actually, I've been assuming Parade was a fellow girl group, given that they seem to be rivals. But if it's a boys group, that makes them less rivals, right? That's kind of like two different, like, sets of fandoms. No, it's a co-ed idol group. Oh! Interesting. One of the few successful ones. They only started rising to fame recently in the last few years. I believe Takashi is the leader of the group. Oh, fuck me! Not just a rival, but the rival leader? Haha, man. You had to know better. I mean, I think this lies further into, or this leans further into, sabotage. This could have been planned. Takashi maybe never loved her. Any idea where I can find him? Kane shakes her head. They have personal security following them the whole day. They also need to keep their private info from fans, so it'll be hard to reach him. But somehow May got in touch with him? Did May get in touch with him, or did he get in touch with May? That's the question. Guess I can try visiting Parade headquarters again. Yeah, except for their CEO is fucking missing. Okay, thanks for your help. I'm gonna go look for him. Let me know if anything comes up. Be careful. If May is involved with Takashi, it could be more complicated than we think. I hope you can find her safe and sound. Yeah, me too. I think it'd be very bad if if May was not safe. Ah, it's you again. How can I help? I'm looking for Takashi Sato. Do you know where he is? Takashi? That kid's always off doing his own little thing. Who knows where he went this time? Wait, you guys don't know? That doesn't seem very idle management of them. Well, he left without telling anyone. Normally he reports to the CEO, but since Hiroshi's missing, there's no one to keep him in check. The instructor wanted him in the studio for the upcoming concert, but he thinks just because he's famous, he should get some kind of special treatment. Damn, what a good leader. That's what you want in a leader right there. Pop off. I see. When will he be returning? Perhaps later tonight. Or tomorrow. Okay, then they're gonna be like, oh, Takashi's missing. In that case, while I'm here, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Sure, I'm not too busy right now. Okay, let's first confirm that it is in fact Takashi. Is this Takashi? So, the reason I'm asking you all this is because Takashi was last seen with May a few weeks ago. It's unusual how they know each other. Do you have any idea how they could have met? Really? May? That missing girl? Is Takashi really the culprit? He's just a suspect. At the moment, we don't have anything tying him to her disappearance. Just that he was last seen with her. The only thing I can think of is they must have met at a party or something. Although you need to be well connected to meet with Takashi. Luminaries is a small-time idol group compared to us, and as far as I'm aware, we haven't crossed paths yet. Wait, so then why was Kazuhiko talking about how they're our biggest rival? Well, okay, I guess it's kind of like we see them as their rival. To them, we are but a pebble. That makes sense. I see. I'll have to ask Takashi more about this when I see him. Something tells me Takashi is not going to be the most forthcoming person to talk to. I don't know why, but there's just something about him. What kind of person was Takashi? He's outgoing. He's the outgoing party type. Confident, good looking. Used to be hardworking, but not so much anymore. I hear he's struggling with some mental health issues. Really? What kind? I heard it was something serious, but I'm not aware of the details. You'll have to ask him himself when he gets back. Or Hiroshi. He knows everything. Man, I wish I could ask Hiroshi. If only it was so easy. What kind of person is Mr. Yamada? Well, since no one's around, let me tell you a secret. Most employees here hate the CEO, but we tiptoe around it. Why is that? Terrible pay, grueling hours, and his massive ego. He's not exactly beloved by anyone here except the higher-ups who lick his boots to get a promotion. The rest of us are left picking up the crumbs. Sounds rough. Everyone thinks Hiroshi's turned over a new leaf, but in reality it's a PR spin. The PR team sure does a great job of covering up his past. In reality, he's still the same person. And of course he gets all the credit, and we get nothing. Damn. That's rough, buddy. I should really investigate more about Hiroshi's past in my free time. I agree. The other day, we were pressured into leaving a good review of this company. Can you believe it? Otherwise, we'd end up on his bad side and lose our jobs. I wish some other place hired me so I can kiss this place goodbye. Well, have you heard of Kirameki Entertainment? And keep looking, bud. There's always options out there. Yeah, thanks. Just don't tell anyone I said that. I've been recording the whole thing. It's being sent to Hiroshi right now. Don't you worry. Once Takashi returns, just give me a call, okay? Sure thing. I think they kept swapping the name between Shinji and Clerk on the thing. It's nearly time. I've just realized I've been skipping my meals a lot recently. Okay, I have to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, time it. I promise you that was 2 minutes. Less even. Trust, 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 trust. Trust, 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 trust. Ugh. One more drink for the road. Alright, nearly break time. Just feel like I'm skipping my meals. Oh, Taichi, don't do that. Health decreased. What? Health decreased? Damn. I didn't realize Taichi was a sim. Well, what should I do during my free time? Should I visit Starlight Sip? Or should I continue working on the case? There's still a missing person after all. For your free time events, you can choose to continue working on the case by visiting your office. Alternatively, you can spend your free time at one of the leisurely spots, such as Starlight Sip. Oh boy. Okay, but the leisurely time, can we eat? Because I don't like my health going down. Let's just saved. Ah, shit. I'll save now. Fuck it. I arrived at Starlight Sip during quiet hours. Yuki was by the bar cleaning the glasses. Good evening. Evening, Taichi. How you doing? Same old, same old. How about you? Oh man, I just had the craziest experience with a customer ever. Oh yeah? This guy came into my bar saying he was the CEO of some big shot pharma company or something, and he wanted special treatment. So I led him upstairs to our most VIP private booth. You know that room? Or you know that room? Yeah? Then he orders our most expensive drink. Doesn't even hesitate one bit. Like crazy. You mean the 1.5 million yen one? $10,000? Damn. Yep, the Starlight Supernova. Damn, you're making bank today. That's why I have these expensive drinks on the menu. They aren't just for show, you know. Nope. There's always some egomaniac dying to show off their wealth. They make the best customers if you know how to entice them. And what happened afterward? Nothing. I'll be going on vacation now, so we'll be closing down this place for a few weeks. I'm gonna guess the person couldn't pay. Just kidding. There's more. You could have sold that one a little better. I saw it coming a mile away. So here's where things get strange. After a few hours, I see him step outside to take a phone call. I thought he didn't want anyone to hear his conversation, but he never came back. Wait, so he left you with the bill? That's what I thought at first. But when I went inside to check, he left a big fat wall of cash lying around. You're kidding me. What did you do after? I waited around to see whether he'll return, but so far nothing. It's been an hour and I don't know if he'll return. He said pharma company, but what if our sweet Yuki boy misheard and it was an idol company like Hiroshi? What if it's Hiroshi? But hey, you're the detective. Maybe you know what's going on better than I do. What do you think happened? Dude probably got caught up in some important matters and had to leave. Those big shots always have emergencies to handle. Makes sense. I just found the whole thing strange. The way he went about it. He could have said a few words before leaving, you know? But he said he left a wallet full of cash. Like, did he leave his entire wallet? Because that seems odd. Or was it just like a wad of cash? Rich people these days. You never know what's going through their minds. True. I just hope this isn't an elaborate scam or something. Yeah, you might want to check those bills. Make sure they're real. After a few more hours at the bar, the mystery man never returned. Damn. That's the mystery. You know what? Pause finding May. We need to find this man. Where did he go? I decided to quickly return to investigating. Oh, wait. Decided to quickly return to investigating May's route home after calling it a day. Wait, so did we eat at the Starlight Sip? I don't know. I wanted to eat. After retracing May's route home, I ended up here. I searched through the river where she was last seen with Miyuki, then the nearby park, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing police hadn't already found. This was the last place she could have been kidnapped, but in order to pull off the kidnapping, there must be two steps. Subduing the victim, then transporting them away. True? A single scream would alert everybody, and it'd be impossible to navigate through the surveillance cameras on those homes if they used a car. Hoshi! What is up, my friend? Unfortunately, the head pats are not working on this model. I apologize, but I will take your head pats in spirit, and I appreciate them. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. In fact, you better be doing well. That is a threat. Past this point, there was the bridge leading to May's home. but I didn't feel the need to investigate it right now. Ah, yeah. What kind of detective would we be if we did not spark up? I found myself back at this river. A clearer picture of things was forming in my mind. Even though her route home didn't produce evidence, it certainly rules out a few possibilities. Hey, process of elimination, baby. Sometimes that's all you need. Although not impossible, the abduction is highly likely on her route home. That leaves two other possibilities to focus on. Either she was lured and she took a detour. If she didn't take a detour, where could she have gone? Well, if we look at her route, I mean, a detour could have been like boop, boop. But she could have, like, I don't know, gone back to the school? Walked out here to the cinema? Walked this way? I don't know. Wait, well, we did just get the new evidence of it, right? The route home. Okay. The only way from this river is to head straight home, the route I just investigated, or the city. But the city is full of pedestrians and cameras. She couldn't have gone far without being seen by a witness. Wait, there's one more place I'm forgetting. It's the detective? A familiar voice interrupts my thoughts. What if she swam? Nah, it's out there. What is he talking about? What is the other... Yes, hello, Miki. What is the other... Like, the school? Unless she, like, went to the shore? So it looks like there is a path here, right? Path down to the shore? But I don't know what that... I don't know for sure what he means by that. Miyuki? I wasn't expecting some company out here. Are you out investigating? Just wrapping up for the day. Thanks for interrupting my thoughts, by the way. I see. It is getting late. You must be working so hard on this case. I glanced down at the time. 10:29 p.m. And why are you here at this hour? Huh? I'm always here. This is our training grounds. This place? What about school? Or at home? School's closed, but this place suits me better anyways. More space, fresh air. But aren't you concerned? About how the culprit's still out there? Yeah, at first I was. But then I realized, how can you live in fear for the rest of your life? I mean, like, you can live in fear for, like, a week. Like, given the situation of things, I think it's more than okay to be in fear for, like, even a month, you know what I mean? You gave, like, a couple of days, and you're like, you know what? I'm sure it's fine. Being out here, dancing under the stars, it's what keeps me going. As idols, we're already risk takers anyways. I may look weak, but I won't go down without a fight. Quit joking around. It's seriously a dangerous matter. Well, I can't tell you how to act, but I suggest playing it safe for a while. You know, until we find out who's ever responsible. Of course, you are 100% right, Mr. Detective. However, we have a concert coming up. I can't afford to slack off. I could practice at home, but that would prevent my parents from going to sleep. My father works at the factory, so he has to get up early. Then can't you practice in the mornings? Already do. I'm usually up at 6. Good God! What do you mean you're up at 6? Girl, it's like 10:30. If you're up at 6, you have to be up in like 6 hours. That's insane. 7 hours. 7.5, something like that. That's crazy. Idle life seems demanding. You want to be good, yeah. Tell me about it. That's the life of an idle trainee trying to balance idle work with school. It'll be fine, though. Sayuri and Akane usually keep me company. They're just busy today. They're busy today again. They're also busy the night May disappeared. I feel like, especially after the current situation, you should not come here alone. Someone went missing from this park, and you're coming here alone. Miyuki. Come on. Well, it's certainly safer to have company. Having a detective drop by each day wouldn't be so bad either. So what? You want me to be your personal security now? Every renowned group has their bodyguards, right? Maybe you can be our first hire. Something tells me Taichi does not make a good bodyguard. Investigator, perhaps, but can he fight? Look at me. You think I'm cut out for the job? I don't even know how to fight. Well, there's that answer. There's way bigger and badder people out there. If it were up to me, I wouldn't choose the biggest, strongest person. I think it's more important to hire someone who's vigilant and reliable. Someone who's good at handling stressful situations. While it's important to have a bodyguard who can deal with overly aggressive fans, those occasions are rare. I can't read. The bodyguard's role isn't to get into fights. It's actually to prevent those situations from happening in the first place, and provide us with support whenever we need. Not that we'll be hiring soon, but that's who I look for if we had the money. Your charm has almost convinced me to show up more often, but I'll be busy finding May. Well, I hope you can find something soon. Did you manage to get a hold of Takashi yet? Unfortunately not. He's been elusive. That's unfortunate. He seems so suspicious right now. Tomorrow, I'll be able to focus my efforts on finding him. I'm not involved in the idol scene, so I'll have to do some research to find his whereabouts. I thought you'd need my help. Suddenly, Miyuki takes out her school bag and begins rummaging through it. Miyuki, we told you to not get involved. When you left earlier, I went and did some research. I asked some friends in the industry about Takashi and the places he goes to. Wait, you did what? We specifically asked her to not do that. We were like, do not get involved. Do not ask around school anything involved in this case. And what does she do? She goes off and friggin' does it. Miyuki, please. It's not much, but it might give you a head start. That could be really helpful. You're really diligent. Okay, I'm going. Taichi has apparently forgotten about that conversation. And it's like, you know what? I mean, to be fair, it is helpful. Thank you, Miyuki. Thank you. It's nothing. I'm just glad to... Huh? Oh, no. What happened? You spoke too soon. I left it at school. Left it at school? Or has it been stolen? I left it behind because I was going to give it to you the next time you showed up, but I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Okay. She left it behind. No theory there, just a forgotten item. Don't worry, I'll come pick it up tomorrow. No, we can still get it. The school is only a few minutes away. Isn't it closed? Who needs keys when we have a perfectly climbable fence? Well. Ooh. Well, well, well. Choices. I mean, hey, we're not a cop or a detective, but we're not a cop. You know what I mean? Whatever she does, illegal or not, we don't have a say. If she wants to break into her own school, well, hey, I ain't the police. I'll let it slide. Fine. I'll let it slide and pretend I didn't see anything. But I'm not going in through. The last thing I need is to be caught trespassing on school grounds with an idol. Be a disaster. True. For both him and her. Absolutely. Wouldn't want you to get into any unnecessary trouble. Well then, shall we? Could this wait until tomorrow? Why are we doing this now? I'll keep watch. You go. Miyuki nods, then disappears into the school. I doubt anyone was around, but that would make things even more strange if I was just waiting outside of school at this time. True. True. Not looking not suspicious right now, my guy. I decided to take out my phone, pretending to be a bystander. This would be a good time to text May's parents, as I've been sending them updates periodically. Yep, next update is no update. I start writing out the summary of today's investigation. 5 minutes had passed. Miyuki still hasn't returned. I think 5 minutes is not enough time to be worried. She has to, like, walk into the school, walk to wherever the class is, blah, blah, blah. And hello, Laura.
Howdy.
Thank you for the resub. Howdy to you as well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. How you doing, Laura? Thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Oh, God. I took a drink of Red Bull and it almost went down the wrong pipe. Ugh. My life just flashed before my eyes. Oh, okay, recovered. You're doing good? Hell yeah, I'm also doing good. Had a pretty decent day. Now we're doing this. Hanging out. Solving mysteries as we do. But yeah, 5 minutes. Not worried about 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is when you start to get a little worried. What's taking her so long? Watch Miyuki fucking died. Ah, it's starting to rain. Damn it. I'll catch a cold if I stay out here for too long. To heck with it. I'm going in. If I get caught, so be it. Okay, at least this time, if we can just get caught breaking into the school, and not breaking into the school with an idol, right? Because that's a lot less good in general. I looked around to make sure nobody was looking, then jumped the fence. Wait, where did Miyuki say she was going again? Should have asked her. Oh yeah, that brings up the other point. He has no fucking clue where she went. Whatever, I just need to find shelter before the rain becomes heavier. Then I can worry about finding her. I dashed to the front entry, but it was locked. Just my luck. Passerbys might see me if I stay here. I need to find a different spot with shelter. What? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, he can't just hang outside because people walking by would be like, wait a minute. What's that man doing outside the school this late? I started wandering around the area. Just where did that girl go? Everything seems to be locked. All of a sudden, I heard a faint sound. Huh? It's coming from that direction. I headed there to investigate. So, kind of mentioned earlier about different directions that May could have gone. She could have tried to go back to the school for some reason and like got caught up with something at the school question mark. I feel like that is something to think about as we are about to approach a possibly distressed Miyuki. Or maybe she's like actively breaking into the school. Like she has broken a window. But that's a lot for something that could wait for tomorrow. Wait, are my ears mistaken or is that music? Did she did she disappear this long just because she got distracted with dancing? It was a very faint sound, barely audible through the rain. Ooh. I followed the direction of the sound, leading to a large building. The sign reads auditorium. It sounded like someone performing inside, but isn't the school meant to be closed? Was there a late class or something? No, that can't be. It's way too late. Strangely, none of the lights were turned on. Anyone in there? No response. Hello? Miyuki? Once again, silence, as if the auditorium was holding its breath. It was pointless staying outside the rain, so I may as well go in. I think I accidentally scrolled. It was pitch black inside, but doesn't look like anyone's here. Although, for some reason, the speakers were blasting some music. Perhaps someone forgot to turn it off? At least I can stay here until the rain subsides. I don't know. I don't know. Speakers on, and door unlocked. I feel like he's currently discounting the fact that this door was unlocked compared to every other door that he's tried, which has not been unlocked. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. It's probably likely that she is in here, or the music is blasting to hide another sound. Bum, 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 bum. Guess I'll have to wait for Miyuki as well. It's like you should investigate the auditorium a little bit. I've worked at Hoshiko Agency full time for 4 years now. I've dealt with all kinds of cases: insurance fraud, infidelity, homicides, thefts, cybercrime. As detectives, we've become desensitized to most of that stuff. However, every now and then, a case pops up that still surprises us. It's very rare because it takes a very special kind of special to shake us. But it does happen. However, never in my wildest imagination did I anticipate the scene that unfolded before my very eyes that night. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Miyuki's dead, isn't she? Not like this. Detective Hoshiko always said the crime scene is a window into the perpetrator's twisted soul. Well, I certainly got a glimpse into it that night. I'm not looking forward to whatever we're about to see. I would I am hoping Miyuki is not dead. Do not give us a second victim in this case. Because if Miyuki is dead, let's just talk about the ramifications of if Miyuki is dead, right? If Miyuki is dead, that lessens the possibility that Mei is still alive. We already had the whole statistic thing about days passed after disappearance and the likelihood of survival. If Miyuki is dead right now, then Mei is almost certainly also dead. Which then also brings into question Hiroshi, the CEO of Parade. That's another missing person involved in the idol sphere who could be dead now. Before it was just missing, but now that the second we get one death, everything becomes suspect of death. Every disappearance. Assuming that it's all one person, right? Again, whatever we're about to see here, again, working with the assumption that what we're about to see is Miyuki dead. If Miyuki here is dead, the question becomes, is it the same person who disappeared Mei? Are those two cases related, or are they two different cases? Like maybe like Mei was in fact taken by some sort of parade thing gone wrong, or Kurameki Entertainment, and that is separate from whatever we possibly are about to witness from Miyuki. Assuming again Miyuki's dead. I really hope Miyuki's not dead. Like we could walk into Mei's body here too, right? Okay, that's enough. Let me drink some water. I feel like we're gonna have to bring some emotion to this one. All right, let's go. Oh damn it, cutscene. Wait, is there something through her head? She's in her I think that's Miyuki. She's in her Luminaries outfit. What the fuck? My blood turned to ice. What the hell did I just walk into? A scream of pure horror lodged itself in my throat. Oh, it's Mei. Mei's lifeless form hung grotesquely in the center of the stage, dangling from a rope. She was hauntingly lit by the moon, casting an ethereal glow over her idol outfit. Okay, this is a very poor time to do this, but we have some information to update. Mei is missing. What happened? She died. Actually, this should be on a separate thing. This is truthful information. This is fact. This is information that we have witnessed. Mei is missing. Mei has died. This is fact. This is not hearsay. I don't know how, if this is going to be connected to anything else, so I'm setting this to the side here for now. But there that is. Was this some kind of joke? There's no way she's... Hey! Hey! Mei! Say something! It was no use. It felt like I was yelling into a void. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me. Someone's here? Then it dawned on me. She was here too. Was that her? An eerie sense of dread washed over me. I can't let her see it. Detective? What's going on? What's with all the ruckus? Someone's gonna hear us. Ooh, brother did not act fast enough. How long has this been here, though? You know what I mean? Like, this would mean that nobody, either this scene has been set up since her disappearance, or like the day after, right? That this has been set up for days and just nobody has entered the auditorium, or it was set up this night. It was set up tonight, which is also like, why, right? Was it set up for us to find tonight, or was it set up the night before for people to find in the morning? If it was set up, let's put our thoughts down, right? Let's put down our thoughts. This will be a sub theory, so let's just grab this and I'll change the color. I don't really know how I'm gonna connect this to anything, but let's talk about this scene here. Auditorium, crime scene. We'll call it crime scene. Auditorium, crime scene. Make it bigger so it's easy to read. Okay. May's body is suspended. May is in her Luminaries outfit, which is very weird. Like, why? Definitely makes it seem to be a lot more related to the fact that she's an idol, if they put her into that outfit. Or she died in that outfit. Kind of, again, if we look at her path home, she could have just walked straight to the school for some reason. Actually, I think it was mentioned that they had just gotten their outfits in. So she could have gone to like sneak into the school to grab it. As we now know, it's very easy to get on the other side of that gate, and then somebody was there. Or she was told to meet somebody there after. It was like forced to put on the dress or something. But she's in her Lunar's outfit, auditorium. So now we have to think about. Let's think about why. We'll use the blue because these are random thoughts. Why was the body displayed? So it's like, why was the body displayed, and why was it displayed? Where are we? Like, it's like day 4, day 5 or something? Maybe it's only like day 3. So it is, not only was it displayed, it was displayed several days after the disappearance. I'll put it all in one notepad for later. I will change another point if I think it's better than not. Why was body displayed? For us to find, right? It's very interesting how we happened to find it the night that we did this, right? Just so happens we found this. The music was blaring already at night, the night that we jumped the fence for this other thing to lead us to it, to discover this. It was the only unlocked door. So for us to find, us being, I spelled Taichi, and Miyuki, or it was all set up. I know I got a notification bell to check that out once I figured this out. Once I typed this out. So either it was us for us to find or for students to find tomorrow. Right? Has music, all that stuff, all to lead you there. And what we got over here? Meep! Sir Meepington, hello, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the raid. Hello, T-Pagey. And Meepington, meep, meep. Welcome in, all you little meepsters. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, welcome. How was, you were doing Digimon today, right? Right, Meep? How was it? Did you cyber sleuth some stuff today? Sorry, I did not get a chance to come and say hello. But I was. I did know you were doing it. Yes, I love that. Well, hello, Meepers. If you're new here, my name is Nalian. I am slowly transitioning into a visual novel main streamer. Today we are playing Whispers of the Luminaries, which is a demo murder mystery idle game. We have our amazing complicated cork board that we're building right here, and we just got a big reveal of a dead body. So if you have any interest in playing this game, which I highly recommend, again, it is just a demo currently, so please support the devs and all that, as they seem pretty cool so far. But yeah, if you have any spoilers that you want to avoid, this is your time to go. But if you want to pick up from here, then hello. You actually solved 1 or 2 mysteries. Hey, yo, that's my boy. Let's fucking go. What mysteries? Oh, wait. It's like, what mysteries did you solve? But that was spoilers, so I'm not gonna play it. What mysteries did you solve? What were the mysteries? What did you cyber sleuth? Oh my gosh, and the T1 for 4 months? Damn.
Yeah.
4 months in the dungeon with a simple derp. Derp right back at you. Thank you for the T1. I appreciate it, my friend. While you do that, I'm gonna get back to rambling about thoughts and theories here. You got to see your Royal Knight beat his ass. Beat whose ass? Whose ass did your knight beat? I mean, first of all, pop off King Royal Knight. But whose ass was he beating? Did he deserve it? Okay. I have a theory. This is going to be like a deep state tinfoil hat, like 2 layers of tinfoil hat theories. Because again, it's very interesting how the night that we decided to hop the fence, that we found her body there. At the same time, Miyuki had been gone for a longer than expected time. And it rained on us. Everything that happened pushed us to being at the auditorium where her body was being displayed. It was the only unlocked door. A body has been discovered, Meep. May has been missing for a couple of days now. And we just found her body randomly at the school. I'm going to introduce the very, very tinfoil hat theory that I don't necessarily subscribe to, but a theory is a theory nonetheless. That, and I think you might be able to see where I'm going with this if you've been following along, that Miyuki is the killer. There is a chance Miyuki is the killer or involved. Now this is, again, deep state, tinfoil hat, layered idea here, because she probably didn't kill her. But we were in Miyuki's POV when Mei was last seen. As far as we as the audience are aware, Miyuki left the park by herself and then went to the train to take the train home. An hour later, Miyuki, I think it was an hour, could have been like 30 minutes, I forgot. An hour later, we got the call from Mei's parents that Mei hadn't made it back yet. Right? Mei hadn't made it back yet, and Miyuki was still on the train. She probably should have been home by then, right? Right? And plus, we don't know, we weren't there for the entirety of her walk into the train station at all. It faded to black, and then we reappeared with Miyuki on the train. What if they try to pull a switcheroo here? Miyuki is the killer or involved in some fashion. Plus, that explains, it could also explain why Miyuki wanted to do this tonight so bad, right? We were like, you can just give it to us tomorrow. And she's like, no, we have to do this tonight. And she baited us into seeing what she had done. And then happened to have finally shown up moments after we discovered the body. I don't think that's super likely. I'm going to be honest. But it's not impossible. So that is what this sticky note is going to represent. The non-zero chance that Miyuki is involved with this the entire time. Because again, this is in their school. Unlocked door in their school. Which also brings us back towards the death threats with a classmate who has physical access to her, right? Which again makes sense to be a classmate or a teacher who would also have easy access to the school and know about it. But the fact that this was set up at night, including the speakers blaring, is weird. It's like she was meant to be found tonight. Because they could have not blared the speakers, and somebody would have walked into the auditorium during the day anyways and found it. But he had no reason to go that far into the school until he heard the music and then went to investigate. For us to, so it's either for us specifically to find Taichi / Miyuki to be found that night by somebody else, or it was just a big ploy so that way people could find the display the next day. Moving on. Is this for real? Wait. I'm sorry to ruin the moment, but I have to. She said the lines.
Are you for real? For real? For real? For real?
For real? I was lost for words. This was the sight that will haunt her forever. Something I know too well. For a moment, it was like we were frozen in time. I snapped back to reality and did the first thing that popped into my mind. Get her out ASAP. Don't look anymore. Are you okay? She was unresponsive, frozen and lifeless. Let's go. Stay here, okay? I'm going to check on her. Call the cops if you can. I don't think she can. She seems to be frozen. Oh, the handcuffs too? Okay, so it's like the only way that this happens, with no sense of a struggle, etc., right? No screams, no sense of struggle. She went missing from the park. I think from her route home, she deviated and she went back to the school for something, just like Miyuki had us do. Very similar situations right now. I went back inside, hoping for a miracle. Just this one time. How are her eyes open? As I approached the body, I began to smell a very familiar odor. A smell I've experienced countless times before. The smell of death. A smell I'll never forget. I didn't even need to check to know, but I did so anyway. I placed my finger on her neck. She was ice cold. There was no pulse. What kind of a twisted person would do this? Sanity greatly decreased. Okay, so we have these stats. If I could get the menu to open. We have these stats. And so far we've lost, but we don't know how to up them. It's been all losses. But damn. The police arrived and transported Miyuki home. But for me, my work here was not done yet. May was gone, and the killer was still on the loose. Okay, so this kind of, I feel like, graduates it from like a sabotage or another form like that, and kind of puts us into serial killer territory. Once again, to bring this up, I brought up the idea of a serial killer involving the death threats and with the idol Haruka, who was brought up during the intro. There's not really any information, but the display that we've seen feels serial killer-esque to me. And since Haruka was never found after she disappeared, it's hard to say. Like, there's no established MO. So either this could be a similar killer, like the same killer who's establishing their MO, or this could be like the first kill of a few. And like this is going to be the MO. We have a new serial killer. Death is truly terrifying. It doesn't care about timing or fairness. It just takes and leaves us with the pieces to put together. May spent her life in the spotlight, only to meet her end in the shadow of her own fame. A final performance on the stage she loved, yet a performance she never agreed to. Damn, that's a line. The spotlight's on us now. We must find the monster behind this. What is this? Oh shit, wait, what? We get to investigate things? Let's fucking go. Alright. We'll start with the strings. Her body was suspended by strings, like a marionette being manipulated by an unknown puppet master. Something like this would take a substantial amount of time and pre-planning to set up. Certainly a premeditated murder. Who's behind all this? Strings, wings. The question was, when did the killer dress her up? Or if the killer dressed her up at all. Did they dress her up before bringing her here? It's a real pain in the ass trying to transport a body, especially with those damn wings flapping around. No, I think that means that she had to have been at the school the entire time, right? But if they dressed her up right here... Costume... Handcuffs... Face... Talk about the handcuffs. Handcuffs? What's the point in doing all this? Looks like the handcuffs are fake toys. It'll be up to law enforcement to track down the origin of these handcuffs. Being fake, it's unlikely they'll find anything. Okay, so they're fake. So they're probably put on post-mortem. Because if they were put on to like actually restrain her, they wouldn't have actually done anything. Unless May is literally weak enough that even toy handcuffs are good enough, but... Which makes this like a really weird thing. Her guitar and all her personal belongings were also missing. No signs of external injuries or trauma. From a distance, one might think she was still alive. Performing. Bro, can we get the fucking lights turned on, maybe? Now that the cops are here? What was the cause of death? Poisoning? How would the culprit even have poisoned her? Could have forced her to ingest something. Like, again, she was missing for days. We don't know how long she's been dead. An unsettling chill creeps down my spine. Need to inquire about that. Need to inquire later about the forensics reports. In contrast to the vibrant pictures her parents sent, her face was now eerily placid, in the cold grasp of death. Her eyes that used to shine with dreams, now vacant. Okay, wings... Is there more to... Oh, idle costume. Culprit removed her school uniform and dressed her up in this idle costume. The outfit looked brand new with barely a crease on it. The wings look almost untouched. How the hell did they transport a body dressed up like this? What was the sick purpose behind it? So again, there's a chance that the killer didn't dress her up at all. She could have snuck into the school to put it on, to test it out, because I think the dresses were like new. So that could have been the reason that she deviated from her path home and went to the school. Or the killer did in fact dress her up, and then I guess like would have had to hide her somewhere in the school, like hid her in the auditorium somewhere in the storage room, and that's how they never got caught transporting the body here, because the body had been here the whole time. And then maybe it started to smell, so that's why they finally did this display, but I don't know. I don't know. Could there be a sexual motive behind it? Or was this some sick game they're playing? Damned if I know. This case just keeps getting more messed up by the minute. Furthermore, is this the official idol costume or a replica? Well, okay, so I could be misremembering, but I think she and May had talked about how they just got their dresses for their performance, right? So I don't think it could be a replica because nobody else knows what the dresses look like. I think this is the official idol costume. If it's the official one, how on earth did the killer manage to get their hands on it? It had to be a replica. I could be misremembering that piece of information, and it could in fact be a replica. Okay, so it takes away things after you've investigated them. Okay. We'll do the wings again. Wait. There was something stuck to her wings. It looked like a torn piece of paper or cardstock. The color was bright and glossy. Officer, there's something on her wing. Got it. I'll notify the forensics team. Thanks, officer. A piece of cardstock was retrieved for analysis. There was no text on it. Just colors. What? What does that mean? So just body? Rigor and livor mortis set. Body cold with algor mortis. Faint skin changes. Likely been deceased for over 16 hours. Okay. Only 16 hours. He could not confirm that it's been dead, that it's been deceased for over 24 hours, right? And it's been more than 24 hours since she's been disappeared. Not sure where that leads us, but I think that is something to keep in mind. In fact, I'm going to make note of it on our handy dandy notebook. Dead for at least 16 hours, but has been missing for days. Like, I guess saying has been dead for at least 16 hours says that, like, it could have been deceased for days, but I feel like an estimation would be like, oh, it has clearly been dead for like 24 plus hours, right? As opposed to like specifically 16. This doesn't really connect to anything. But it's in this sphere of thought, so I guess we're just gonna leave that there. That's everything I could find on her body. We can only await forensics reports before drawing conclusions. Now, I need to figure out, how did the culprit manage to get in here? It's time to shift my focus from May, and instead take a closer look at this auditorium itself. Right. Only unlocked door, music blaring, etc. Oh no, you found May. Oh no, I found May. I can't believe you've done this. I will say, excuse me. I will say at the time, I was worried that we were about to discover something bad happening to Miyuki, and we were going to have two things on our hands here. While I'm glad Miyuki is alive, I am very sad that we found May, and found May like this. I can't believe you've done this. In fact, it's kind of nice having you here, because I can just directly blame you. It wasn't you? Yeah, sure. That's what they always say. What they always say. You culprit. Alright. Speaker doors. Yeah, let's figure out this speakers thing. You feed the fifth. Yeah, nothing with the body, windows. Alright, let's deal with the speakers first. Music is a bit soft, let me turn that up. Probably shouldn't the master volume in general. That should hopefully be better. Ooh, this is all custom music, right? I think I read that in y'all's Discord. Or not all of it, but like a good portion of it. Is this one of the songs you guys had done? So I gotta say, this is perfect music choice for this situation. A haunting song was echoing through the auditorium. This was made by your talented composer? Holy, yeah. Very talented. This pops off. Kudos. Kudos to them. This truthfully is a haunting song echoing through the auditorium. The culprit dedicated a lot of time and effort into orchestrating this scene. But why? They must have felt supremely confident they weren't going to get caught. This wasn't just a murder. It was a performance. A performance for their sick, twisted mind. Unfortunately for them, they probably aren't aware of audio forensics. A lot more information can be extracted from an audio file than they think. Oh, I'm interested to see how that's going to help. Huh. I don't know anything about audio forensics either, so that'll be interesting. Doors, windows. Start with the windows. Upon closer inspection, it doesn't seem like these windows can open. There's no way the killer can enter through here. Okay, so let's actually talk about how the killer could have gotten in here. Now, let's look at the thought of a classmate being involved with the death threats. This says classmate, but this really just means somebody at school who has physical access to her. It could be a classmate, could be a janitor, could be actually I think a janitor is not a bad thing to add to the list. Could be a janitor, could be a teacher. Somebody who has physical access to her at school was giving her physical death threats. Any one of those people, because again these are all people who are involved with the school, could have somehow obtained a key to get into the auditorium. It's a classic like anime trope where they steal like the janitor's key somehow like during the day and then sneak on a campus at night to go into it. It could just be a janitor, or it could be a teacher who's done like a similar thing, right? Chris out door with paint on your arms. Why do you paint on your arms? But hello, NG. Hope you're doing okay. Welcome in. So yeah, I think that is how they had physical access to her, and got the body into there. Because it's also like, again, the body was displayed, music was playing. This was the only unlocked door that we could go into at all in the entire game, or on the entire campus. This was the only unlocked door. It feels like we were led here. Taichi was meant to discover May. It was the killer's goal. But past that, I don't know. I think obviously they entered the door, probably got the key somehow, because they are probably involved with the school in general. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Painting a preppy bit. Brick? Maybe painting a brick. Imagine your cosplaying as a Dandy World character. What's Dandy World? I have no idea what any of that is. I'm sorry. I feel like a boomer. What is it they're talking about? Alright, doors. No signs of forced entry. Did the school forget to lock the place? I doubt it. I especially doubt it because everywhere else in the school was locked. It's possible the killer tampered with the lock somehow, but either way, forensics shall be able to analyze that. It appears I've scoured every possible clue this place has to offer. The rest now falls into the hands of the authorities. I should head back and regroup. Tomorrow's going to be another long day. Oh my god, yeah. Prologue and holy shit, that was just the prologue. Oh no. Oh no. Holy shit. Alright, I think it's a good spot for me to take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back. 2 minutes, you can count it. See, I told you. No longer than 2 minutes. You put a picture of Emo Shrimpo in the Discord. Whoops. I'll take a very quick gander. Oh yeah, I have no idea what that is. No, I got. Damn. All right. Oh wait, I need the screen back up on this monitor. Okay. The morning light crept through my office window, awakening me from an uneasy slumber. It seemed like I had fallen asleep at some point. Last night had been a long one. I spent hours sifting through piles of paperwork, compiling reports for May's parents and the police. I just wanted to get it done and dusted, to put an end to this case. An end? Bro, we have to find the killer, right? Or were we just hired to find her? I mean, technically, I suppose you could say we found her, but like that's not the full job. Though the official contract may have ended, I knew I couldn't just wash my hands of it. I'll continue working on it unofficially until the next client comes along. In the grand scheme of things, we have very little control over the outcome. If the police couldn't find May, there was little that could have been done. I knew that from the very start when I accepted this contract. The true task for detectives was to bring closure to families. With the recovery of May's body, more clues may surface to guide us to the perpetrator. 5:44 a.m. Time to get moving. Damn, that's an early day. If you ever catch me up at 5:44 a.m., know that I am suffering. I stepped into the building, and there was Tatsuya, just like always. Good morning, Tatsuya. Oh, hey, Taiji. He glanced up at me with concern in his eyes. You look tired. Long night, huh? Yeah. Surviving on a few hours of sleep. Ah, it must be tough after what happened last night. Can you please pull up the initial findings from last night? Particularly the forensics reports? Of course. Come with me. Before we get to the forensics parts, I wanted to share some updates about the investigation. Yesterday, we had a handful of witnesses come in. The story going viral on social media definitely helped. There was a witness who claimed to have seen May just a few days earlier, and they said she was at Akatsuki Cemetery at night. Where the fuck is that? Add that to the map. The cemetery? Mayano, okay. Who knows what she was doing there, but her parents told us that no family member or anyone close to May were buried there. So you might want to check that out. Okay, I mean, that's gonna be hearsay added. God, at this point, I'm just adding random pieces of information that don't really connect to anything right now. So, seen at the cemetery before death. Just more piece. Now this is purple, because it is hearsay, but police report says she was last seen there. Oh, wait, I should add why, that's weird. A family or anyone close. It would take away that, and then that's the addendum. Please report down. But, continuing with the forensics report, based on the initial examination and preliminary tests, they suspect May's cause of death to be from is that CO or C0? Little pump, yeah. From CO poisoning. CO, that'd be carbon oxygen poison? Wouldn't be what's like the actual thing people die from? Is it CO2 poisoning? No, carbon monoxide poisoning, right? That's like a normal, not normal, but like that's like, what's the formula for that? Is that CO? Oh, that is CO. Okay. So that is carbon monoxide. Right, okay. See, my one chemistry college class is catching back up with me. It's monoxide because there's only one O being oxide. It'll be oxygen, right? Which becomes oxide. And since there's no like little 2 or 3 there, it becomes 1. There's 1 in the chemical bond. And since there's 1, it's mono, therefore becomes monoxide. So she died from monoxide poisoning. But now the question becomes, how? How did this happen? But also explains why there was no external causes of death. This is another piece. I think since this is official police report, we can say the cause of death. CO poisoning, and since I'll probably forget what CO means in the future, parentheses, carbon monoxide. That is not spelled correctly. No, it was like has to. All right, thank you, autocorrect. Love you. All right. I'm just gonna type this out. Cause of death. This is fact. Moving on. CO poisoning. Quite the unusual murder weapon. It's I did not get to read that. It's insane. Did you know carbon monoxide is odorless and colorless? It's a real bastard to detect, and if she was exposed to high levels of gas in an enclosed space, she could have been dying without even knowing. Okay, so she was probably, like, held somewhere that was pumped with carbon monoxide poisoning. Or with carbon monoxide, like, so with gas. It was not a fast death. Is there, like, a garage nearby? Perhaps? But how did she end up in such a situation? I don't see any wounds on her body. She had to have willingly walked into that room. Right, okay, so if I can recall, you can get carbon monoxide poisoning, like, if you're in your car, in the garage, and you just are, like, letting the car run. Like, that's, like, a common trope in movies for how people attempt to leave the world, right? With carbon monoxide poisoning, it just puts you to sleep and you die. You leave. So if she was in a room and didn't necessarily realize that was happening and she just got tired and was gone, that would be why there was no signs of struggle, no external wounds, etc., etc. She could have willingly walked into whoever it was and then passed out. We did find some minor injuries on her body, but forensics believes it came from her training as an idol. I've sent you the current progress of the examination in case you want to have a look later. Thanks, Topsy. Very cool. I want to see what that report specifically says. Where is the autopsy report? Did I miss it? Police report 1. Mysterious note. Ayano. Oh, that was an actually idea. Okay. Thanks, Tatsuya. Even though the case is over, if anything comes up, please let me know about it. Of course, Taichi. Good luck on the rest of the case. My eyes felt dry and weary, and my brain was barely functioning. I should really catch up on sleep. Tomorrow's the weekend, so I'll use that as a chance to recover and have a few drinks. Oh, that's right. I should visit... I can never remember how to pronounce it. It is Enji, right? Or do you pronounce it weirdly, Enji? At the hospital later as well. Wait, I can just look up the pronunciation of it, can't I? I have that power. Oh, let's pronounce it Eji. Eji? Eji? E-E-G. Eji. Look at that. Eji. For now, I have some free time. How should I spend the day? I can continue with my case in my office or take a break. Can't. Well... I mean, the Starlight Sip didn't really do much for us last time. Like, it didn't recover anything, I don't think. And we have the weekend to rest. We gotta get to work. We gotta make that money make purse. Alright, back on the grind. What's on the agenda today? Let's go turn it down a little bit, so it's loud to me. I feel like I'm talking over it, okay. During first time events, you can choose which piece of evidence to investigate further. Oh, I feel like we really need to investigate the parade guy. Select the lead to pursue further. We have a couple of leads to pursue. Hirameki Takashi, the autopsy report. Oh, also fucking Hiroshi being missing. Let's look at the autopsy report. Because the involvement of Takashi gets a little bit less now that we kind of know where she ended up, right? So let's learn about the autopsy, and then we can go into Takashi. I decided to spend time reading May's forensics reports. Preliminary observations, including complete rigor mortis, liver mortis fully fixed, and body temperature suggest the time of death to be around midnight on April 3rd. Okay, what day did she go missing? There's no date. Just last seen 10 p.m. There's no date associated with any of this. That's unfortunate. I don't have no idea what date. Okay, on April 3rd. Oh, you posted flags for NG. Toxicological analysis confirms lethal concentrations of carbon monoxide in the blood, indicating death due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Blood and urine tests returned negative for all screened substances, including that the decadent was not under the influence of these common drugs or alcohol at the time of her death. Okay, this is a lot. This is a lot of information. Additionally, the absence of any unaccounted substances in the toxology screen suggests that the decadent was not forcibly sedated or drugged prior to her demise. Okay. So she was not drugged aside from the carbon monoxide poisoning. That's an important note to have. In her system. Why does this not work the first time I try it? What the fuck? Okay. Bam. If she wasn't drugged or sedated, then how did she die without any signs of injury or struggle? That's what I'm asking. Examination of the decadent's body revealed minor contusions. The decadent's right ankle showed signs consistent with a sprain, including slight swelling and discoloration. The severity of the sprain is estimated to be moderate, and it likely caused a significant pain and restricted mobility. Did she mention having the sprained ankle at all, or having that injury before things happened? I don't remember. I just tried to call on Taco Chunk or Taco Lower. Damn. I'm sorry. Minor bruising found on her arms. The pattern and severity of the bruises suggest they were caused by minor blunt force trauma. It is possible that these injuries could be a result of strenuous physical activity, such as training related to her idol profession, or possibly an altercation. On her arms? I don't know what part of her choreography would involve her in her arms. I don't know. I didn't think she had a sprained ankle. I feel like that's new. But it also could have been like that's like a moderate sprain. I don't think that's as easy to hide. But if she did have a sprain, that could explain how she couldn't get away from her pursuer if she was pursued in some way. Or it happened during the pursuit. Same thing with some of this minor bruising. So far, I'm not convinced that it was all part of her IEL training. Some of this sounds like not part of IEL training. A comprehensive sexual assault forensic examination was performed, which includes internal and external examination and various specimen collections for potential DNA evidence. The examination revealed no signs of recent sexual activity or trauma indicative of sexual assault. This evidence, or lack thereof, combined with the circumstances surrounding the death, suggests that a sexual motive was not a factor for this crime. Okay, good. That would have gotten a little too heavy, I feel. Whoops. As always, this conclusion is subject to change as further information becomes available during the ongoing investigation. Looks like the motive for May's kidnapping is still unclear. Because the person was insane, perhaps? I closed my eyes. That's enough research for today. My brain was tired, but my mind felt sharper. Intellect increased. Wait, what the I went to the Starlight Sip, got nothing. But I work more and I get smarter. I see. Maybe there's like a story built up if you go to Starlight Sip, but okay, sanity decrease. I wonder if I got more sanity that time that I went and had a drink. And it's a balancing act. I don't remember sanity increased text, but maybe it would have happened this time. Miyuki was stretched out on her bed, her gaze lost in the infinite white canvas of the ceiling. The vivid memory from last night lingered on her mind. Her friend. Her companion. The sight of yesterday left her paralyzed, in a state of shock. Apparently, law enforcement officers arrived and escorted her home, but she had no recollection of it. It was all too surreal. Alrighty, Angie. We'll see you when we get back. Miyuki shifted to her side, curling up into a ball, hoping to fall asleep. But then she saw the time. 8 a.m. She had been awake for most of the night. Again. It was already time for school, but her body felt like lead. The mere thought of stepping foot inside the auditorium again made her feel nauseated. Was this all just a nightmare? Even though she didn't care about the concert anymore, thoughts of her friends came to mind, and the trainee debt she still owes Kirameki Entertainment. There's still a responsibility to uphold. Damn. The fuck are these? Do you take the blue pill or the red pill? Choose now, Miyuki, for you are the chosen one. From the bedside table, she drew 2 bottles and eyed them carefully. A bottle of Vigliomax and a bottle of Somnozane. The choice felt oddly familiar, like a scene from a movie. Ah, I knew it. A decision had to be made right now. The sleeping pills or the stimulants. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Oh, I don't have to make that? Oh, bless. Okay. I was about to say, 'cause it's like, the stimulants are going to help her get up, wake up, get out there, and get her training on. But she desperately needs to sleep. Okay, so this is Eiji, who is Taichi's boss. This is supposed to be the head detective. Another week in this hellhole. Even drugged up in this hospital, he was unable to get much sleep. Why can't I just die and be done with it? A detective's mind is always thinking. However, in a hospital, there is nothing worth thinking about. After hours of TV, the monitor by his bedside felt like an empty void pulling him into madness. He felt the insatiable urge to shatter it. As he turned to glance at it, just a fleeting moment, he caught a faint image of himself on the screen. Not a reflection, but an image of him lying on a wooden box. A coffin. Ah, death is waiting patiently. He felt certain comfort knowing it wasn't in a hurry. How long now until the roles are reversed? When one day, I'll end up on the other side. Cold slab, bright lights, with someone else solving my case. A manic laughter bubbled up in his chest. They've still yet to find the crimes of my past. I wonder if they ever will. At least, that one. Wait. Okay, did he disappear Haruka? That's the only crime that we know. But this is also very sinister for a man who's supposed to be a detective. I know he's like an ex-convict or something. An ex-criminal. Just like Taichi is. But like, this is a little too sinister. What did he do? Although he says they still get to find all the crimes of my past. And so he's probably not the crime committer this time, unless he's been sneaking out of the hospital. Maybe he'll help us lead us. Maybe he'll know something about the current case, though. A knock on the door snapped him out of his thoughts. Ah, he's here. Good. Hey, Eiji. Eiji. How you doing? I came to check up on you. Well, I'm not dead yet, if that's what you're asking. I figured as much. You're one tough motherfucker. You enjoying hospital life? Enjoying? You're out there hunting criminals while I'm stuck in here with nothing but pain, TV, and medication. You sure love complaining, don't you? Just treat it like a break from work. A break from work? Quit joking around and get me out of here. I'm losing my damn mind watching TV all day. I knew you'd say that, so I brought you something to keep you occupied. A gift for me. I wonder if he's bringing him the case files for May. Or it's a book. It's a book I think you might like. And the reports on May's investigation. I know you're dying to see it. Okay, so he did do that. Hand it over. Eiji snatches the folder of May's investigation, taking no interest in the book. Fucking lucky son of a bitch, getting to play with a murder case while I'm stuck here. Initially, it was just a missing person. I know, I've been watching TV all fucking day. You should have come to me sooner. You were undergoing surgery. Goddamn timing. Speaking of which, how was the procedure? Well, they said it was a success, but that's good news. But no more alcohol for 6 weeks, blah blah blah. To hell with that. Maybe you should take it easy for a while. Eiji points at his bag to the bedside table. Taichi. What? There's a flask in my bag. Pour me a shot. No. You've been banned from alcohol for 6 months, weeks. Are you out of your mind? Eiji chuckles. I'm in the hospital, Taichi. If anything goes wrong, they'll fix me. You really are out of your mind. Well, if you insist. Damn. We are not helping recovery. Cheers, Taichi. Eiji took a small sip, the whiskey burning down his throat and belly. That was good. I can't wait to get back to drinking. Well, I think I'm done complaining now. You ready to talk? I am. Let's get down to business. I wonder what information he'll be able to glean from our investigation so far. Like, if he'll have more. Okay, so we have a possible dream situation. Miyuki possibly took the sleeping pills. Miyuki, guess what I got? What? Ta-da! The guitar! May was proudly displaying her shiny new toy. Wow, is that a guitar? Uh-huh, it was my birthday gift. Happy birthday. Thank you. Do you want to hear it? It can play all sorts of sounds like guitars, pianos, synths. Sure. Okay, but I have to warn you. I can't see the notes like on a piano, so I might hit the wrong ones on accident. Okay, unironically, guitars are fucking rad. That's okay, just do your best. May begins playing a simple guitar melody from one of her favorite songs. At first, she was cautious not to hit the wrong notes, but gradually, she gained confidence. Her usual quirkiness became a fiery idol-like intensity, one I had never seen before. Okay, so perspective of Miyuki. For the first time ever, I didn't see the ordinary, awkward girl that was May, but glimpses of an idol performing. Wow, that was really impressive. Thanks. It was quite the workout. She rubs her shoulders playfully. This thing is quite heavy, you know. My arms and shoulders get tired quite fast. Guess that means I gotta get stronger. How bad could it be? Curious about the weight, I reached out to feel the guitar. It had a cool, metallic touch, and the build was very sturdy. No wonder it was so heavy. You weren't kidding. Why'd your parents choose this one? Aren't there lighter ones out there? Don't know, don't care. I'm just happy to get one. It certainly is a perfect fit for you. Now it's evening. You've been carrying that all day. Aren't you tired? I am, but I'm scared to leave it somewhere. Someone might steal it. Want me to hold it for you? If you don't mind. As she passed the thing to me, I immediately felt the pressure of the strap on my neck and shoulders. This thing was for sure really heavy. Oh look, this logo. What about it? You don't know? It's from a company that only makes high quality instruments. Really? How so? I bet this one cost a dime. The sound quality is really good, and I heard they're really durable and last a really long time. Wait a minute. They're not that expensive, are they? That I don't know exactly. Why do you ask? I just want to know. I took up my phone and searched for the model. Wow, I didn't expect guitars to get this expensive. You're rich, May. What? How much is it? Seeing the price tag surprised me, but May seemed even more shocked than I was. Wow, it's really this expensive? Okay, so, we already know that May's family struggled with money, right? This brings us to a loan. So how did they get this guitar? Either they saved everything all the time until they could afford this really fancy one, or we have the reappearance of possible loan shark, right? And that's why May's reacting like that, because she knows her family does not have money. So the fact that they bought her something like this is friggin' wild to her. Does not know how. Well, what if she figured out how? What if she did? Or some other type of extortion? I was assuming any of this is even still valid, right? Because it definitely, maybe not definitely, but I think there is a good thought that she went to the school the night of her disappearance, which would kind of negate all of this. Unless they wanted to meet her at the school for some reason, but I doubt that. Yep, you're one lucky girl. I wish my birthday presents were this big. I see. May didn't laugh at my joke. Instead, she stared at the screen with a blank expression on her face. Afterwards, we went to the convenience store to buy some ice cream. On the way to the store, May kept quiet to herself. She usually daydreams a lot, but this time it felt different. It didn't immediately click with me why May was acting this way, but when we reached the store, I suddenly remembered something she told me many months ago. May's parents had a lot of debt to pay and frequently had to work overtime. That's why she doesn't want to spend... Well, that's why she doesn't get to spend much time with them. Okay, so her family confirmed already in debt. So it's not just family didn't have a lot of money. Family confirmed in debt. One time, they even asked me if May could come over to my place while they were working. May probably felt guilty about receiving such an expensive present, knowing her parents' situation. But despite their situation, they still bought her this guitar. Why? Hey May, I've been thinking. What is it, Miyuki? Out of all the guitars out there, why did your parents get you this one? It's so heavy and expensive. Huh? I don't know. Because they wanted their best to support her in her dreams. She thought for a moment, choosing her words carefully. It's probably because I'm spoiled. What? No, you silly goofball. I kept bugging them for one the whole time. They still could have gotten you any cheap model though. But those ones will have poor sound quality compared to this one. I would have been fine with that. But do you know why they got you this one instead? Take a look at these reviews. I showed her all the stellar reviews. This is a professional guitar for performers. It's heavy because it has many features and it's meant for adults. I think your parents chose this one because they believed in you. Believed in me? Oh no, dude, this is so sad. Oh no. Oh no. Why are we getting this after she's already gone? Oh no, dude. Ugh. Yeah. They believe in your dream of becoming an idol. This is their way of supporting you. This is their way of supporting me? Why would they go so far? Does it make any sense? What do you mean? They've always wanted me to get a degree, to become a doctor or engineer, so why would they go against that and spend so much of their savings on this? Well, maybe they changed their minds. Or they realized you have your own dreams and ambitions. But whatever the case, that part isn't important. What matters is what you'll do from now on. I'm sure they'll be happy just to hear you perform for them. It'll be like buying a lifetime worth of CDs. Unconvinced, May pauses. No, I have to repay them somehow. If this is their way of supporting my dream, then the only thing I can do is work extra hard not to let them down. I have to make it as an idol, so I can make lots of money and return the favor one day. Even though money was never the main motivator, I've always dreamt of being able to live freely, being able to pay off the bills. Well, that sounds great. If you want to be an idol, imagine how much of an advantage you'll have if you start now. I'll be unstoppable. Imagine all of the people who only become idols after a few years of studying. By the time I get to their stage, I'll have quadrupled their experience. May's excitement was very contagious. Even though I enjoyed idol music myself, I never felt a strong desire to become one. But May's determination also lit a fire under my heart, and all of a sudden, I felt an inspiration to work hard too. And then she became the leader of a idol group. Well, guess I have no choice but to follow you along. You'll be joining me? I can't let you dance alone, can I? It won't be easy, though. I know what I'm signing up to do. Then don't chicken out when things get tough. Are you trying to scare me? Then promise me. You'll see things to the end no matter what. I promise. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my god. I hope Miyuki sticks to her promise. Even now that May's gone. Pinky promise? Pinky promise. Even pinky promise? You can't break that, Miyuki. You're locked in for life. You're fucked. You have to be an idol. You can't break a pinky promise. May's face lit up with a smile. One day, we'll stand on a bright stage with millions of people watching us become stars. Sad. Not the slow pan out. In the fade to darkness. And she wakes up mid-dream. Throughout all these years, May hasn't let down on her promise. She was always disciplined and practiced nearly every day. Despite her guitar showing significant signs of wear and tear, she never asked for a new one. In fact, when she became a trainee, our agency offered to get her a new one, free of charge. However, she insisted on keeping the one she currently has. I mean, her parents got her that guitar, and she was going to make it with that guitar. I respect that. And then it was noted that we don't know where any of her belongings were. Okay, let's do this next section then. Boop. That guitar, it must have been so precious to her. It was always her lifelong dream to bring it on a grand stage so her parents could see it. But now, it's gone, along with her. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be sad. Okay, you know what? Actually, I think this is going to be a good spot for us to wrap it up. if you want more of this, or if you missed any of it, the VOD will be available immediately on YouTube, and sometime tomorrow on Twitch. So I like to give it a day on Twitch. Otherwise, we'll be back with another stream for this. Hopefully next Friday, although I am going to try to kick up my visual novelness up to twice a week, so I might sneak another day sometime next week. Otherwise, next Friday for sure, unless something happens in life again, as it seems to happen often. So yeah, that'll be that. Oh, we're near the end? Okay. Thank you for the heads up. We will finish this out then. Thank you for the heads up. This is just the end of the demo for anyone who's not aware. This is just the demo version of the game. We are now not so patiently awaiting for the full release. No pressure. No pressure, by the way, if you have it. No pressure. It's a lot of pressure, actually. Alright. What was my Kazuhiko voice? I forgot. Have a good night. We're not going yet, Laura. We're not going yet. We're finishing it out. But for when we do go, I hope you also have a good night. I think I gave him like a more suave, like a Byakuya voice last time. I ran out of water, so my throat is not up to par right now. Due to the circumstances, Yokohama Arts will be undergoing a partial lockdown. Certain areas will be off limits. CCTV cameras are being installed around the school, and security will be present on school grounds until the danger subsides. I know this might sound frightening, but the truth must be said. The person who is responsible is still out there. We have to stay guarded at all times, in and out of school. Please, if you have any information about May or witnessed suspicious activities, please report to the school office or the anonymous tip box. Even the smallest detail could be crucial. Okay, let's really quickly talk about Kazuhiko and his motivations for killing May. It's already here. Kazuhi is invested into making them successful, right? So this is a huge deal that is skyrocketing their popularity, which is increasing the likelihood that his investment into this group becomes successful. Also, kind of what I've mentioned about like who has physical access to May kind of also falls under Kazu. He could have gotten the key somehow and did that. Like again, this is assuming that Kazuhiko is a psychopathic killer, and he did this to May. He could have led her. Okay, picture this. He approaches her at the park on her way home, convinces her to go to the school with him because their training grounds are at the school, to try on the new dresses, right? Holy shit, this is actually coming together. So he convinces her to go with him to the school to try on the new dress because they just got the dress in, blah blah blah. She tries the dress on, and it is slowly locked in a room that's getting somehow, I don't know how, carbon monoxide pumped into it. And so she passes out and away. And that is how Kazuhiko Tanaka killed May. I have no proof. That's just a random theory. But hey, that's just a theory. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition, but I don't think it would be hard for him to get a key to the school into some of the facilities. So right now, Kazuhiko fits a lot of things here. Knew her attacker. Would not be hard to convince May to go to school, especially since it's her manager. Probably would have easy access to getting a key to the school for some reason. Yeah, has motive into a successful, making them successful. It's working. It's not a great motive, but like it is a motive. And until we learn more about what's his bucket? What's his name? Takashi. We don't really know who else might have a motive. Like, I kind of really out there throughout Miyuki, but we don't know what Miyuki's motive would be. So right now, Kazuhiko seems to be prime suspect number 1. I feel like I should have a list of prime suspects. The top sus list is back, boys. Alright, anyway. As a community, we need to take steps to ensure the safety of this school. If there's one thing I can do for you, May, it would be to bring your guitar onto the stage. I have to tell everyone about the hard work and sacrifices you've made. However, I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Just where could it be? Surely the killer must have discarded it by now. How do I even search for it? Will my actions even have any impact at all? Or will they be in vain again? I guess only time will tell. Is she walking away with somebody here? Huh? Someone's here? Yeah, you're in a public bathroom at the school. Oh, Takane. Miyuki, what are you doing here? Why aren't you in class? Oh, sorry, I just wasn't feeling well. Splash some water on my face, call it a day. Just need some water on my face. Damn, how'd I call it? Don't worry about me. Just get back to practice. Miyuki, look. I'm going to tell you straight. Akane's like, I'm just going to tell you, Miyuki, I killed May. Straight face, just admits to it. She's like, I killed May, and no one's going to believe you. And now Miyuki is cursed with that knowledge. You're the leader of this group. The future falls on you. You can't be half-hearted like this. Huh? We can tell from how you act. That smile you used to put on, even that feels forced. I know you're devastated about May. We all are too. We're all scared and hurting. But as idols, we also have a job to do. Damn, okay, Akane. There's no point in practicing if your mind isn't there. Akane's words were harsh, but there was a sincere concern underlying them. Miyuki found herself at a loss for words. Akane had always been frank, but she had never aimed her fury at Miyuki before. We got thousands of fans out there who believe in us and are waiting for this moment. No matter what goes on behind the scenes, the fans will be ignorant to it. All they'll see is the performance we put on, and it's our job to deliver. I'm sorry for letting you all down. How could she explain the whirlwind of emotions balled up inside her? It doesn't feel right performing without May. Everything feels wrong. I mean, May was the only reason she got into Idol anyway, right? It makes sense. I can't stand that knowing when our debut comes, we'll be doing it without May. Look, Miyuki, I'm not good with this emotional stuff, but what I can say is, we all care about you. Please, get yourself together. I understand. Go home and rest until you're ready to come back and give it your all. That's all. Oh, and this is for you. She holds out an envelope before leaving. Mysterious envelope? Miyuki looks down at the cold, hard floor. I tried. What kind of a leader am I? I've been so focused on my own feelings. death threats. The envelope had death threats in it. Just watch. I need to stop being selfish and start thinking about the group as a whole. Only then can we. Curtains fall soon. Your final act approaches. Soon, we'll be together. May Ayano. What the fuck? What does that mean? What? Excuse me? I don't even know where to put this. What the fuck? Why did she give this to us? Curtains fall soon, your final act approaches. Soon we'll be together. That's ominous. I don't think she wrote that. I don't think she wrote that at all. Like, did the killer do this? Is this a threat to the rest of the group? Why did Ayane, is her name Akane? Why did Akane not like warn us what was in this? Not us, to Miyuki. What the heck? I mean, this is just straight facts. I don't even know what to do with this information. What does this mean? What is this? That's what I'm saying. What the heck is this? May knew her life was in danger all along. But for some reason she kept the truth to herself. Right, the death threats. The death threats, her meeting with Takashi, not even her parents or closest friends knew. Sometimes the victim will keep their problems to themselves if they don't have people they can trust. However, considering how close she was to her friends, it's quite unusual. I can only suspect she was terrified of speaking out for some reason. They were probably threatening them too. Something caused her to remain silent, even to her dearest friends. My guess. I mean, I feel this is all... She was either involved in a scandal or she was trying to protect someone, right? I don't think it was no one would believe her. I think it is one of these two. The scandal thought is kind of something I've had several thoughts about this entire time, right? Rush this. Okay, that's good. So yeah, the scandal thought is something I've had this entire time. The trying to protect someone could also be true. But who is she trying to protect? Because now we start to get into what's this scandal versus trying to protect, right? Like, let's say her parents had that loan to buy the guitar or some other debts. She was trying to protect her family by paying it off or something. That, I feel like that could also be a scandal. Like, Okay, the secrecy, I think, is trying to protect someone. I feel like she might have had a different disposition to things if she was involved in a scandal. Like, her friends would have noticed something, right? She'd been acting weird. She was, lashing out, kind of stuff like that, right? But if she was trying to protect someone, I think that would be a bit different. So I'm going with that one. She was trying to protect... No, that's not right. How would hiding death threats protect anyone? Oh, fuck. I should think more carefully. I was wrong. Did he take health damage? Fuck. This is like taking her off, but... Okay, scandal. She was involved in the scandal. Oh my god. I have all of these theories that involve her being tied up into scandals. And when it finally gave me a chance to say she was tied up in a scandal, I didn't say it first. What a fool. What an absolute fool. Something she couldn't shed light on, forcing her to keep the letters hidden until the time was right. A scandal, huh? Just what kind of scandal? That I'm yet to figure out. That male idol, do you think that could be it? He's involved somehow. I'm quite sure of it. And what makes you say so? Their place of meeting, lack of witnesses, May's time of death. Their place of meeting, I don't really know how any of this ties in. Lack of witnesses could kind of mean anything, but I mean May's time of death also doesn't really mean anything. Let's try their place of meeting, because this is the only thing that like somewhat makes sense. Almost I'm just not understanding what these are like alluding to. They met at Starlight Sip, so never mind. I'm an idiot. I am in fact an idiot, and I took intelligence damage. Time of death. Okay, maybe it is time of death because the only time that her and whatever the guy's name is, it's like Takashi, I think, would be able to meet would be after all of her like activities, right? Therefore, time of death. What about her time of death? Never mind, I'm an idiot. God fucking damn it. Okay, lack of witnesses. When May went missing, despite the public pleas for help, he never came forward with any information. If he genuinely cared for her, as a friend, a lover, or even acquaintance, he wouldn't have hesitated to share any knowledge he had. No, that's a good point, and I did not think about that. About his silence on this. This makes me suspect his involvement. There's something hiding, and there's something there hiding, and we need to dig deeper into their history. I think the same. However, there's something that still doesn't add up. What is it? Let's consider how the killer managed to gain access to a locked building. They were able to carry a dead body inside, set up the scene, and leave without being detected. I see where you're going with this. You're saying if the killer managed to do all that, it means... It means the killer doesn't match Takashi's profile. Because Takashi is famous. He would have been noticed. Right? In order to gain access to a locked building, the killer must have had a key or was connected to someone inside Yokohama Arts. In other words, it was likely an inside job. Let's fucking go. That's what I've been saying, boys. Watch him go, I'm an idiot. And I'm wrong. Very good. The way the killer managed to set everything up, it was as if they knew the layout and scheduled the place in and out. It's highly likely that they are connected to Yokohama Arts in some way. And that doesn't fit our bill with Takashi. You know who does fit the bill? Kazuhiko. He has motive. Not until we find more evidence that he's linked somehow. Even though he might be involved, could there be someone else pulling the strings? Or is he really the culprit? Perhaps looking at the crime scene can reveal more clues. The crime scene, huh? Now we're getting somewhere. What have you concluded so far from the crime scene? There were several things I was able to conclude from the crime scene. When I first saw the arrangement of her body, I suspected a sexual motive. However, the police found no evidence of that. The way the body was arranged, the handcuffs, outfit, music, and everything, it makes me think the killer is playing some game. They're the type to crave attention and notoriety. Perhaps also harboring a strong hatred towards May or idols in general. We've seen our fair share of murders. Bodies being dismembered and disposed of in garbage bags, bodies getting thrown into the water, but this, only a deeply disturbed mind would be able to conceive something like this. The key suspects to look out are for those who are suffering from severe mental disorders. Hallucinations or delusions could easily cause this, so we can't rule out drugs too. This does align with Takashi's profile, as I've been told he suffers from some mental illness. It takes a twisted mind to even think of such a thing, but to actually go out and do it? Okay, so oddly enough, this does... You could stretch some things, and that profile somewhat fits Miyuki. Not that I think there's a real chance that Miyuki is the killer and or involved, but, you know, there are some things that are oddly lining up, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Regardless, it was a risky endeavor that left a trail of evidence behind, as you can see from the report. And over here you wrote, no further investigation needed past the bridge. Why is that? Well, if you read the rest of the report, it's clear the crime couldn't have taken place there. The reason being... surveillance cameras. If she passed through there, someone would have seen it. As I was investigating May's route home, I noticed several surveillance cameras in the neighborhood prior to reaching the bridge. As soon as I saw the surveillance cameras, I stopped investigating further. If May did take that route home, she would have been seen by one of the surveillance cameras, but the police found nothing. Good observation, as expected from you, Taichi. Furthermore, I don't think she was abducted at all. At the moment, the most important clue we have is the autopsy report. The cause of death, carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide poisoning? Quite a strange method if you ask me. Just why did the killer choose this method? Well, leaves no external marks, and which is clearly important because he decided to display her later, right? Carbon monoxide poisoning is a method that requires confinement. It's a rather silent way of killing someone. All you need is to be confined in a poorly ventilated place with a CO source, such as a faulty heater or fireplace, and the person could be dying without even knowing. Yeah, so, okay, so, work with me here. What if it was, she was convinced to put on her idol outfit in a space such as this? She was trying on the outfit because Kazuichi convinced her to, in this weird space that was set up to do this. So she was able to put on the outfit, but then passed out shortly after in a locked room with carbon monoxide being pumped into there. Which wouldn't be hard, like, if he, I don't know. This is kind of like an elaborate setup, but like it was a locked room with poor ventilation, with like his car's like exhaust connected to it or some shit. I don't know. But I think that's kind of where I'm leaning for how this happened. How she ended up in the outfit and how she perished. Just how did the killer manage to confine May into a room without any evidence of a struggle? There were no injuries on her body apart from her wounds for training as an idol, if that's to be believed. No injuries on her body, huh? Don't you find that a bit strange, Taichi? Yeah. There's only one reason why she was unharmed. For the display. She wasn't drugged. We know she wasn't drugged. She was lured. As I've been saying. An abduction would leave some kind of trauma unless, for some reason, she had chosen not to fight back. However, without any injuries on her body, it's safe to assume she was lured. Boys, I don't want to say we've been barking up the right tree. However, I think we've been barking up the right tree here. But just who could have lured her? I've been trying to wrap my head around this, but I can only suspect it was someone she trusted. It can only be someone she knew and trusted. May wasn't the type to go someplace strange without telling anybody. She'd at least call her parents, unless, as he's saying, she went with someone that she trusted, someone like her manager, or a number of other people. But this time, she willingly went inside an enclosed room, staying there until she passed out. Even with her phone on her, she never thought about calling anybody. For a complete stranger to do that, the odds would be near impossibility, excuse me. However, if it was someone she trusted, someone whom she felt completely safe around, it would make a lot more sense. It's one thing to be an overall cautious person, but when you're around someone you're close with, even the most paranoid person can let their guard down. She had no idea what was coming, even up to the end when she was in that room. She probably thought she was feeling unwell or something. Then, before she knew it, she was unconscious. Just who could have done this? At the moment, the only people I'm aware of that are really that close to May are her parents, friends, and teachers. We can probably rule out her parents, though. I would agree. Someone who had access to a locked building, someone who knew the layout and schedule of Yokohama Arts in and out, someone whom May trusted. It suits the bill perfectly. Maybe a little too perfect. It doesn't leave us many options, does it? Could it really be one of them? We have to find out. But how? Follow standard protocol, Taichi. This is a special case involving a kidnapping, murder, and staging. The first step is to pinpoint the exact times these things happened. We already know when the kidnapping/luring occurred, but what about the murder and staging? If we can figure those out, the next step should be obvious. Right. After we pinpoint those events, we'll be able to reconstruct a timeline, verify alibis, analyze... I think the most important thing right now is to reconstruct the timeline. It's gonna be hard to collect alibis from people if we don't know what times are suspicious, right? So if we have a timeline, then we can analyze everything everyone says. Right after we pinpoint those events, we'll be able to reconstruct the timeline of the crime. I can't tell if you're being serious or joking. Was I wrong? Oh my god, I was wrong. Fuck. Okay, verify alibis. God damn it, dude. I'm gonna kill Taichi by getting all this stuff wrong. Or Taichi. I don't know what Taichi. If we can pinpoint when those events occurred, we'll be able to verify the alibis of each suspect. Okay, they were talking with what I was saying, I just picked the wrong option. Given how small our suspect list is, it shouldn't take long to do. And at the very least, we'll know if we're on the right track or not. That's right. I want every one of them to testify what they were doing during those times. You got it, AG. I'll do my best. Aw, man. This will be incredibly awkward. Treating those girls as suspects right after their friend's death. How do I approach such a delicate manner? I need to be really careful here. Good thing AG isn't on this case. Also, Taichi, your earlier deduction was incorrect about the crime scene. Huh? Which one? Remember what I told you about how the crime scene is a window into the perpetrator's soul? Look at it carefully, and you'll be able to see their true nature. The type of person they are, their motives, their patterns, their habits, and even their emotional state. This wasn't done by some deranged, druggy, or mentally unstable person. The killer clearly premeditated the murder, carefully planning May's capture, then meticulously setting up the crime scene. It was all calculated. Someone under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or psychosis would be acting out of impulsivity. No fucking way they'll be able to methodically plan and set up such a grand scene like this. I think he's right. He's right. Most importantly, you can get a clear indication of the killer's motive by analyzing the crime scene. This wasn't a crime fueled by hatred. Do you see why? I mean, because her body is left intact, she was propped up as if to be performing on stage like she would want to be, not like because she wants to be performing on stage, right? It was also done in a way to try to attract as much attention to it as possible. Like for example, if we didn't find it that night, that music blaring would have attracted students to it the next day to create a scene, right? To bring eyes to it, to make sure it's seen, to make it as public as possible. Unless that is a whole other thought process. But also this IEN thing. I think it would be nice to have, like, the question displayed. Because I'm somewhat forgetting what we are selecting. There's also that bit. I think the crime scene is the answer. Idol costume. Let's try that one. What exactly does that tell us? Nothing. Okay. Try this. Okay, that's an L. How we doing? How we doing? Okay, so Taichi is actually in fucking sane right now. Which probably isn't great. Try the card stock. What does that do for you? Okay, what's the backlog tell me? Wasn't the crime fueled by hatred? Do you see why? The missing belongings? They wanted her stuff because they took her stuff? The lack of wounds on... Oh, maybe it's the lack of wounds on her body. Okay, yeah. If there was hatred, killer would have chosen a more violent death. Carbon monoxide poisoning is too peaceful for a grudge. No, that makes total sense. I'm just fucking dumb. This was a cold, calculated murder that lacks the personal touch of vengeance. If you hate someone so much that you'd kill them, you'd probably shoot, stab, or beat them to death. But carbon monoxide poisoning... It's almost as if they didn't want her to feel pain. Didn't want her to feel pain. However, what worries me is the way the scene was set up. Setting up such a grand stage, putting so much effort and making her death so beautiful. It makes me wonder. Were they trying to send a message? If so, were they trying to send a public message? Or was it a more personal one? Who would have been the first person to see it? Well, apparently Miyuki. Or us, Taichi. Judging by how everything was set up, I don't think this is the end. We should be ready for another incident. Okay, this is in fact just the first murder in a possible new serial killer. Well, not in fact. It's still alleged. They're just throwing ideas around. Another one. Taichi. Get our guy to forge some documents and plant it in Yokohama Arts. And obtain the search warrants for that place. What? No fucking way. Since I'm unable to work, you have to be the one to do it. No, evidence planting isn't part of my toolkit. I'm very sorry. You idiot, Taichi. Edgy. Even in our line of work, there are lines that shouldn't be crossed. Not every crime scene yields the evidence we need, Taichi. How many times had a case only been solved because we went above and beyond the law? Think about all those victims who would still be waiting for justice had we not taken those steps. But if they turn out to be innocent, we can't just ruin the school's reputation like that. It doesn't matter. Do you think it's better for criminals to be walking around the streets freely? He says as a criminal walking around the streets freely. There are times when crimes aren't solvable by sticking to the rules. You need to fight fire with fire, or else every case will go cold. Or else the case will go cold. Not every case. Think about it, Taichi. We may not be at that point yet, but we have to resort to it. But the faster you act, the better odds you'll have of saving people. Alright. If we reach a standstill, I'll consider it. Good. Don't let the agency down. This is a huge case with a lot of eyeballs. Damn. Okay, yeah, this feels like the outro. I'll be honest, it's got me hooked. Sayuri? With the loss of Mei, our hearts were shattered to a million tiny pieces. I did not get through that. Miyuki was already back to her normal self, dancing and singing. I don't have a voice for Sayuri. Or some might think. Miyuki is just doing what she's been taught her whole life. Put on a brave face. It's been conditioned in an idol to show no weakness. I'll have to get a Sayuri specific voice. However, what you saw wasn't okay. Stop pushing yourself, Miyuki, was what I wanted to say. What if the show gets cancelled? My spine shudders even thinking about it. No, I can't afford to lose this opportunity. Being an idol is all I have. I'm sure we can hang in there for another month. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. If the killer goes after me, I'll be the one to end them. Holy fuck. Okay, Miyuki. Okay. Miyuki's out for blood now. Miyuki's like, I wish a killer would. The brightest stars shine through the darkest nights. But the brighter they shine, the faster they burn out. Dun 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 ba. But again, holy fuck, Miyuki. Okay, that is the official end to Or to the demo, excuse me. To the demo. Thank you, Winston Newland. It was actually the only reason that I knew about this game, and I'm very happy about the email that Winston sent me to check out this game. So I'm very glad for that, and I'm very glad I'm now looking at this. Oh, let's fucking go! Yeah, I'm sold. I'll say it. They've got me hooked. Very small team. I cannot wait to see what else they are able to do with this. I'm excited to see where all of these hooks go. Excited to see how the free time events and stats are going to go. Yeah, it's an absolute banger. Okay, so Kickstarter wasn't okay. I wasn't sure if you guys had announced the Kickstarter because I know you've mentioned it on the Discord a couple times. I wasn't sure if it was like public information yet. I will be back in this on Kickstarter, especially now that I have experienced it. I believe in the project and I believe in you guys. So I cannot wait to see more. Thank you so much for reaching out to me and putting my eyes on this game. I had a lot of fun with the cork board and the experience. So you guys popped off. Love it. Love you guys. Well done. I do have to boot scoot and boogie on out of here though. So apologies for this very quick ending. But I'll be live at least next Friday with the next visual novel. While we wait for this game to fully release. But I guess it's visual novel esque. Laura, thank you for the head pats and the hydrate. I will hydrate once I get out of here. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, so next Friday we're gonna start with Detroit Become Human. Not technically a visual novel, but it's like it's adjacent visual novel adjacent. It's still like a little story based adventure game, blah blah. So yeah, and when this game releases, we will be playing this again. Excited for that. So yeah, I'm going to make a quick exit here. We are going to throw all of you guys. Who's online? Who's online? We'll say hi to Mage since I didn't get to raid her on Tuesday. After that, we will go hang out with Mage. Oh, and Sky. I don't know who the other person is, but let's go. All right, we're putting out the raid. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hope you all have a great rest of your night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever.